This particular poster, this collage of faces here, shows that the devastation that is taking place in Muslim lands, in occupied Philistine, or as it is commonly known today, Palestine, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Somalia, in Yemen, in Pakistan, in many of these other countries in the international community. It is also taking place here in America. Every one of these faces, with the exception of possibly 3, are American-born citizens. 3 of them at the bottom. All of these persons, all of these men and 2 women. One of the women is a respected former defense attorney out of New York, one of the most well-known and respected human rights-oriented defense attorneys, a grandmother. Her name is Lynn Stewart. Right now she sits in the same prison as Dr. Afia Siddiqui. Why? Because she was willing to represent Sheikh Omar Abdelrahman a little too effectively. Because the reality is, in this country, the Zionist thugs who manipulate politics and the media as well, they often want us to hide, to keep the message of support for the Palestinian people only off to the side. And I think it's very important to note that we will not hide anymore. It is an issue of justice for the Palestinian people who have had their land stolen and who have been forced into an unbelievably atrocious situation and have crimes committed against them every single day. If you stand for justice, if you stand against apartheid, you stand for the liberation of Palestine. We in the Answer Coalition stand with the Palestinian people, and we stand with all of you to say down with the Israeli government and down with their war crimes committed every single day.
You gotta say it like you believe it now. Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free! And you gotta hit that free! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! And the verse goes, what if one day Native Americans decided they want their land back undivided? How would the world react? Where would you be at? Whose side are you inclined to back? Similar, in fact, that's little difference. The Palestinians pre-existed European occupation. First British, who later passed on to European Yiddish. Victims of the...
That there are 3 enemies in the world that we as Muslims have to deal with. We call it the triangle of terror. It is the 3 monsters. It is the Americans, it is the Israelis, and it is Saudi Arabia. When we deal with the Israelis, we're dealing with the media, we're dealing with books, we're dealing with literature, we're dealing with radio, we're dealing with television, we're dealing with every institution that justifies, that it allows a slaughter, the killing, the mass murder of Muslims. It allows drone killing, it allows any other type of destruction, sanctions, and boycotts. It justifies all that. It is a Zionist. And anytime there's an internal need to subvert the Muslims, who they bring in, isn't that right? Whether it's Al-Qaeda, whether it's the Taliban, whether it's any of them bums, isn't that right? They are on the way to do what? To kill Muslims, to destroy Islam, isn't that right? And if they get power anywhere, they institute a type of Islam that nobody can recognize as Islam. So in your heart, if you love America, you love lying, you love rape, you love murder, you love killing. Isn't that right? And then the Zionist, diabolical, sinister Israelis. Nobody in history, they cry about some Holocaust. We had 5 or 10 people get killed. All over the world. And all of your money that you need to feed your own children gains wings. Those eagles, they're not dead. They gain life and they fly by night over to the Zionist treasury. Isn't that right? All of your hard They gain flight power. They buy guns. They buy institutions of systems of murder and destruction. But we don't say nothing about it.
My president's black, funded by Zionists. I went to the voting booth, but I didn't vote like you. I rep that green, so I keep it grassroots. Must stay true, stay away from red and blue. Democrat, Republicans, still the same crew. Master illusionists, did they fool you? Pushing for a change, hope is the factor. Please keep that U.S. military out of Africa. It's called the African, what the hell is going on? Raised as a Muslim, now you a Christian. This Louis Farrakhan and the Reverend, right? Was that really right? Did you have some insight? Did anything change? President's black, but the plan stays the same.
So here we have a country that calls itself a model of democracy, that goes around the world trying to impose democracy on other countries, sometimes through the barrel of a gun, sometimes with economic pressure. And yet you look at our own country and you have to wonder, where is the democracy?
Magbag America, death to America, Magbag Israel. Huh? Y'all forgot how to say that. Magbag Israel, you know. And Magbag Saudi Arabia.